is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
In an age of lawlessness and despair, the empire of man lay in ruins, torn asunder by civil war, and racked by famine and plague. Desperate, unscrupulous men deserted the temples of their fathers and gathered in forbidden cults, seeking the favor of the dark gods. And so it was, in the year 2301, that a Kurgan warlord named Asavar Kul united the savage tribes of the Chaos Wastes and made war upon the realms of men. The invaders entered the distant northern kingdom of Kislev and sacked its largest city, Prague. They sacrificed its people to their dark gods, and any who managed to flee were driven into the freezing wilderness. The Empire seemed powerless to stop the Chaos Horde, and many feared that the end of the world was at hand. But in the Empire's darkest hour, a nobleman from the south named Magnus rallied the people of the Empire to resist the invaders, uniting the warring Elector Counts in the process. The Imperial Army marched to the rescue of the Kislevite capital, fighting Kul's army in a massive battle outside the city walls. Joined by mighty heroes from all across the land, Magnus defeated Kul in single combat, and the Chaos Horde was scattered to the winds. Blessed by the gods and heralded as the true Emperor, Magnus returned to Nuln in triumph. But even as the old world celebrated Magnus's victory, the dark gods were planning their revenge.
Hey there folks, welcome ye all to Chaosbane on the Xbox One X. Let's crack straight in. It is launch day on the consoles. I'm assuming it's just the consoles launch day. I think it was out on PC already. Could be wrong. Right, character creation time. So we've got Empire Soldier. We've got High Elf Mage. We've got the Slayer Dwarf. If he's not got a Scottish accent, I'm going to be gutted. And we've got the Wood Elf Scout. Now I had a little think about this before I started playing, and I've decided to go, would you believe it, with the Wood Elf Scout. I'm a little bit partial to the old bow and arrow, and she looks a bit daggery as well, as it happens. So, select. Create. I say, what can we do here? So there's no... Doesn't seem to be any customization of them. They are what they are then, by the looks of it. Elessa level 1, yeah. You don't seem to be able to name them or change them. They are what they are. Fair enough. Alright. Let's crack on.
The life of a wood elf is one of tireless service to the great forest of Athel-Loren, protecting it from those who would do it harm. Sometimes, however, it happens that a young Azrai is born with an urge to wander. An overpowering curiosity and a desire for adventure that will not be denied. Known as the Windborn, these wood elves can be vexing to their elders, but have the potential to become great rangers if their adventurous nature is properly harnessed. And so young Windborn are given leave to wander the wide world for a short period of time, no more than 100 years, to see all they can of the wider world before returning to the Athel-Loren and taking up their duties. You had been wandering the old world for little more than a year when you heard the news of Asavar Kul's invasion. A human named Magnus was raising an army to drive back the Horde. It sounded like an epic adventure, the very thing you'd left the Athel Loren to find. And so you crossed the depths of the Great Breakvault to find the Imperial army. That night, you slipped into the army camp and made your way to Magnus's tent, where you offered your services as a scout. Impressed by your skill, Magnus accepted and made you a part of his growing retinue. Thus began your first great adventure, guiding the growing human army across the Empire and into the frozen lands of the North. The great battle outside the walls of Kislev was more terrible than you could have imagined. You kept close to Magnus during the fight, and joined him in the heroic charge that slew the Chaos Lord and turned the tide of the battle. After the battle was won and the dead put to rest, you returned with Magnus to the city of Nuln, where a hero's welcome awaited you. But the noise and bustle of the human city has begun to wear on you, and the urge to wander has taken hold again. As the sun sets over Nuln, you wonder if the time has come to leave the city and seek a new adventure elsewhere.
Seems reasonable. Too many people around these great cities. Head to the trees. The music's fantastic. I love the art direction at the beginning as well. And the storytelling, the narration, nicely done.
It was an age of lawlessness and despair, a time of dark magic, treachery, and war. It is a night made for witchery and evil deeds, and across the city, guardsmen clutch their weapons tightly and count the hours until the dawn. Sleep is hard to come by on a night such as this. The air is tense, and memories of the battle at Kislev leave you restless and on edge. Suddenly, a peal of thunder shatters the stillness, followed by a howling wind that shakes the tower to its foundations. Foul magic curdles the air, and screams echo in the courtyard outside. The tower is under attack.
What?
Something's happening in the courtyard. If it's trouble, the guards might need help.
Use the left stick to move. Well, that seems reasonable. Oh, nice. There I am. Not a bad running speed either. Oh, hello. Okay, that's it. Well, we've got a little, what do you call it? A little link type guy, haven't we? One of those little fairy, glowy fairy things that followed you about.
Ash and Oak! The enemy is here! I must get to the throne room and protect Magnus!
Right, onward. So if there's little pauses, I'm just simply noting the quest it's given me for the video when I post it up. That is all. Let's have a little look about. It's absolutely gorgeous. Environment-wise. Lots of depth. I love it when you can see the cities below and everything. So looking at the bottom left-hand side, we've got a health. Probably the lighter ball. Well, the red ball will be the health. The lighter ball will be similar to Diablo's power or magic's fluid. And we've got A, which is our only move at the minute, I think, and LB seems to be our heal, and we are level 1. It's blocked off. Just being nosy, people. I realise I'm supposed to go up the top. Right, let's just head to the tower then. Oh, nice. The right stick lets you do the old Diablo type stuff where you can roll out of the way. I like that a lot. It's something I wish that was in Path of Exile and is not. So far, so sexy. I mean, that's... Oh, hello. When your health is low, use your potion by pressing LB. I told you I'd spot it. You will need to wait several seconds for your potion to refill before you can use it again. That seems reasonable enough. Don't need to use it as it happens. We're doing alright. To be honest, I didn't notice anything on that title screen that said difficulty or anything like that, so... I am somewhat confused. I'm going to hit LB just to see if that goes away. Yeah, it has. Speak to the soldier. Alright, okay. I couldn't do it until I hit LB. That's what it was.
Thanks, Sigma, you're here. There's monsters everywhere. The tower's being overrun.
We had noticed, actually. We didn't need to speak to him to tell us that.
Upstairs in the throne room, there's armor in a chest by the stairs. Take whatever you need, but hurry.
Lovely. Sorry, I jumped a conversation piece there because I hit A too quickly. I do apologise. What the shit? Arguilian scout tunic and Arguilian short bow. Lovely. You have new equipment in the inventory. Press the, well, whatever it is, menu button to view it. Use L to select the slot and A to interact with your equipment. Seems reasonable. Excellent. Yes, it is quite Diablo-esque as it happens. Arguilon short bow. So, can we compare? Yes, we can, with the left stick. Oh, it's already equipped. Alright, must have put it on straight away. I was under the impression I was already carrying a bow. It must have been some sort of default thing that wasn't really a menu item then, if that's the case. And it's automatically equipped that as well, so... Fair dues. Nothing seems to be changing picture-wise on the other side when I do that, though. But anyway, they're equipped. We get the idea. Onward. When you level up, your character gains new skills, accessible via the Skills tab of the character menu. To equip a skill, you need to spend skill points. These points are reimbursed immediately when you unequip a skill. Oh, that's quite good, isn't it? Nice. Woo! Level 2! We are rocking! Have it! Oh, this is very sexy. I'm liking this. So, does it pause if we go into our... Yeah, it does seem to. All the flames and stuff have stopped floating about in the background. So if we go to... Equipping a skill costs skill points. You earn skill points each time you level up and get them back if you want to equip a skill. Okay, so we can put a skill on... Elven Shot equipped on... B. Alright, it seems to have done an automatic one for me then. I see, I didn't realise that when it came up on the bottom of the screen. Alright, well we can stick with that, that's fine. It's the only thing we seem to have anyway, but... yeah, there we go. Multiple arrow job, isn't it? Okay, where am I going? Up? Geradeaus, Stephen. Alessa's archetype ability is tactical roll. She uses it to escape dangerous situations. Tilt the yeah, I've already got. I got it. Things we've already seen. Look at the artwork on the sides. It's great. Into the throne room.
As you reach the throne room, the air seethes with foul magics. The Chaos Sorceress stands before the throne, and Magnus, the savior of the Empire, is caught within her spell. There is only one thing left to do. Shouting an oath to the gods of the forest, you ready your blades and rush to save the future Emperor. By the time you regain your senses, the battle is over. The Sorceress is gone, leaving you and Magnus for dead. The shouts of angry men fill the throne room, but these are not guardsmen. They are witch hunters, the Empire's feared inquisitors, led by none other than the infamous Heinrich Voss. You are under arrest for the murder of the Emperor Magnus, Voss declares. You try to tell him about the sorceress, but Voss refuses to listen. I see no sorceress here, he shouts. Only you and a room full of dead men. Confess your crimes, elf, Voss threatens. We will have the truth from you one way or another. After a week in the dungeons, you'll tell me everything I want to know. But before the witch hunter could make good on his threat, a commanding voice filled the room. Stop this madness at once! Teclis, Loremaster of the High Elves, regards Voss coldly. Elessa has told you the truth, he said. It is you who have refused to listen. Teclis examines Magnus in silence. He lives, thank the gods, the High Elf says at last. But he is in the grip of a powerful curse. It is only a matter of time before he succumbs. No one outside this room must know what happened here. If the people learn that Magnus has fallen, then everything he fought for will have been for nothing. The fate of the Empire lies in our hands. We must find this sorceress and end the curse before it's too late. If Magnus dies, the Empire dies with him.
What? Bloody witch hunters blaming me as if I've done anything wrong. Woohoo! Get your feet wet. 10 G's, thank you. The prologue, yes. You love a prologue, has to be said. Nice. Well, so far, and I've only seen like a flash of this game, absolutely loving it. Let's jot Teclis' name down and have a little chat with him.
There are dark and terrible forces at work in the city. If we are to find the sorceress and defeat her, we must confront the dark cult that has taken root in Nuln and expose its secret master.
There is nowhere in this forest of stone that they can hide from me. By shadow and steel, the cult will pay for what it's done.
I saw you fight at Kislev, young Asrai. Your loyalty and courage is not in doubt. But be wary and do not underestimate your foes. They are more treacherous than you can imagine.
What is your command?
The attack on the tower came from the sewers that stretch beneath the city. So long as the enemy controls the tunnels surrounding the tower, our position here is vulnerable.
Every good story starts in the sewers, people.
Your first task is simple. Enter the tunnels and drive the cultists back from the tower. Kill everything in your path, but beware. There is no telling what foul things await you in the darkness.
Right then. Is there anything else we can do in here? Items, goodies. I mean, you could give us a little present, mate. You know, we're trying to save the world after all. Well, the king. Ah. Oh wow, look at all the water and everything running through. Alright, well we seem to have several exits and entrances. The yellow one on the top right of the screen I'm looking at here, in case you're wondering. Can we speak to these peeps? No. I'm going to assume the yellow one is our quest. So what are the others? It's a side quest maybe? Let's have a look. Or just areas we've been to perhaps. Yeah. Okay, we'll assume it's the ones we've been to already, I think. Because that's the one we came out of, I think. Throne room. Or was it that one? The loading screens are awesome. Yeah, that's where we were. I think that one's the throne room. Look at those loading screens. Fantastic. Oh, actually... yeah, the throne room is up at the top. Sweet! My curiosity is quenched. Or the thirst for it. Aha! There we go. Main quest. Aha ha ha! Descent into Darkness seems to be the chapter. Noted, onward. Let's get it on, people. Oh, hello. Certain advanced skills require energy before you can be used. If you don't have enough energy, you cannot use the skill, though. So that's our yellow bar by the looks of it, I think. You regenerate energy by damaging enemies, yeah, with basic skills shown by the symbol. Alright, the little up, sort of, well, the little triangle, isn't it? Elessa can regenerate energy by approaching the spirit, oh, the butterfly, or whatever it is, right? That follows her when it glows. Ah, right, so if it glows, I can top it up by that. Nice. But otherwise, pretty much the same as the Diablo mechanic. Oh, hello. Rats! Actually, I don't know if it was rats. So quickly I couldn't tell. Just for information's sake, I suppose it might be useful if we know... if we can zoom in and out. Options, graphic options, brightness, HUD size, map transparency. Right there, well those are actually quite useful, as we discovered in... the map itself isn't that invasive at the top. I wonder if there's a zoom in map though. Let's have a look. Doesn't seem to be anything about... no, there's loads of options in here. Oh, right, we're on... yeah, right, there's a ton of options in there about displaying allies and displaying items on the ground and all that sort of stuff you can tick or untick, which may be handy at some point. But I'm not seeing anything about zooming in and out, so... Okay. Manage players. There's a leave area section there. Okay, right. Now we know what happens if I... Alright, so down on the D-pad, once got rid of the quest on the right. Second time got rid of the map. And then hit it again and they both come back. Ah, hitting up, put the map down in the middle of the screen. Left and right don't seem to do anything. On the D-pad, that is. Right, there you go. A couple of questions answered. Actually, that multiple arrow skill seems to be...
Don't have
Oh, no.
energy.
I was going to say, it seems to be never-ending, but... It is using the gold bowl, as it were, or the yellow bowl, whatever it is.
Or I won't let you kill me.
Ooh, poison. I've got poison on me. Just wondering if there's any regen on them, which there doesn't seem to be at the moment. And my LB heal is on cooldown. Nearly there. Oh, hello. Yeah, so I rolled into my little butterfly thing there, and it gave me my power back for using my skills.
I don't have the urge.
Just did it again. Doesn't seem to fill it, but it does give you a top up. Oh, what's this? Not sure what that was. It was sort of +6 of something. Is it gold? Could be. Yeah, I think it might be some sort of gold. Yes. Yeah, I mean, the way the mechanics working is, I mean, the dodge button is vital, you know. It's not so much like Path of Exile where you can get away with standing there for a little bit. It's a good sized radio map at the top right as well, so not sure I'll need the map in the middle of the screen either. Which is pretty much the same as Diablo. The only one I feel like I need that with is Path of Exile. Big shiny chest. Well, it's a big mossy tip chest. Yeah. Fragile ring. How did it know I had one of those? Tersith Scout Circlet. Lovely. Well, they're definitely going on. I think, I'm hoping it just auto-equips if you're not wearing one, which it probably will. Yeah, let's put it on straight away. And... it's got plus 36 armor, lovely. Plus 58 maximum health, plus 1.1 counter attack damage. We didn't actually look at our armor, did we? It's got plus 18 armor, or body piece, I should say. Plus 23 maximum health. Oh, we've got a second bow, hello. Let's compare it. There's a 1.8% cooldown reduction on the one we've got on. But the damage on the new one's better. Critical damage, plus 15% critical damage, plus 12 damage. Yeah, I think we'll take that. Rather than the cooldown. Yeah, so they are visually changing. Slightly different. Slightly lighter green on the sort of leafy type bits. On that one. And yeah, I can see the circle on her as well. If there's one thing that irritates me in games like this is if you pick up kit and it never seems to look any different, but I'm hoping it's going to be a right loot fest. That's what I like. Lots of good looking stuffs that you pick up. Can we auto junk? We can drop. There doesn't seem to be a junk option at the moment. Okay. Fair dues. Is the ring on? Yes it is. And it's giving us plus 22 maximum health. Lovely. Onward. I am invincible! Ooh. An Aronak. Say that 3 times. Aronak Scout Circlet. I suspect that's not as good as the one we just put on, to be fair. No, it's not. That it not be. Is it just me, or is this bow a lot quicker than the other one I was using? Seems to be, doesn't it? Woohoo! Level 3, have it. So we've now got something on the X button. Try that out in a bit. Let's have a look and see what that is. Oh, do you know, it's the most exciting part of an RPG, isn't it, when you first start it?
I need to focus.
Oh, it's got a cooldown on it, whatever it is. It seems to be a poison type thing. Could be wrong
Lauren
though.
is too weak.
Yes, I thought I saw something lying over there. Try our X again. Well, hang on a minute, we can have a look, can't we? It does pause it after all. It's spinning blades. Launch a projectile that passes through enemies and rebounds off walls. Alright. Interesting. I'll keep an eye on that one. Because when I hit it, it didn't seem to have a massive impact, but could have been where I used it, of course. Just checking every corner. That's his data, what? +2 fragments. What baby used for? Isn't this where we started? Still seems to be enemies here, but no, it's not. Yes, it is. Be useful if it told us that this was the case. Yeah, it is. It is. Goodness sakes. Well, that would suggest to me that enemies respawn in this game then, because I'd killed everything down here earlier. It's not a bad thing. I assume there's no way of going down to the left there. To the left, to the left. Oh, there's a big chest. I've missed it, people. Ooh, scout gloves. Thank you. Scout tunic. Arguelin knife. Ooh, what? What the shit? So we've now got a knife and a bow. How does a knife work then? Armor piercing, +10 damage, cost reduction 1.6%. So I wonder if it just does it as part of the natural Yeah, there must be different moves for the knife, surely. I don't know, we'll find out in a sec. Nice, though. Gloves are giving us plus 54 armor, plus 98 maximum health, plus 1.7 counter-attack damage. Lovely. That was it, wasn't it? Oh, we've got another tunic, but it's probably not... It is better, yeah. I was going to say. So the one that's equipped... Yeah, it's way better. Jesus. So the one we've got on is 18 armor and 23 maximum health. That's got 57 armor and plus 88 maximum health. Way better. It was quite sneaky, that, because the colour of the chest was sort of mossy and the same colour as parts of the ground and stuff, which would be the case in an environment. It'd been there ages, wouldn't it? So I kind of like it. Rather than a big shiny chest that's looking well polished. Hello. Oh yeah, that X was quite good as it happens.
I need more time.
Oh, now we're cooking, people. Now we're cooking. Keep using my bloody multiple arrows at the wrong time, and never mind, eh? I think what I love about it so far is that it's the same sort of mechanics as Diablo, which I find a bit more fun than Path of Exile. But it feels a little bit more real, if that makes some kind of sense. Like, Diablo, it's a little bit sort of... I don't know what the right word is. It's a bit more grounded, a bit more lifelike, this one. Don't get me wrong, I love Diablo. Just loving the reality of this one. Just all about how they build the different environments, isn't it? Check that out. Goo Fest. Oh, I think it is going to be a loot fest, you know, people, and I love it when it's a loot fest. And again, fragile ring. Everybody loves a fragile ring, am I right? Keep it one ring on or two? Two. I've got two on. Excellent. Does wind me up when a game only lets you put one ring on. It's like, what, I've got running around with one hand, am I? Well, it wouldn't even be one hand, would it? You'd have to be running around with one finger to not be able to put more than one ring on. Okay, I think... Oh, hello, what's that there? So that's less... It's only got one more armour. Right, hang on, we need to figure out... It's sort of yellow in its colour, but I think... So the blues... is it going to be the same? Blues are magic. The whites are just standard. Damage taken minus 10% on the ones that I'm wearing is pretty good, isn't it? But I think that might be a perk you only get if you've got the full set. If it's got sets in this game, that's awesome. I love that. But that doesn't look like a white, does it? I think we'll tend to we'll say that the wording is white rather than the piece of item, so it should be a standard item. That should be the better one, I think. In my humble opinion, we'll find out, I'm sure. Ooh, exclamation mark, people. There are points popping up for shooting those boxes, isn't there? Is that XP? Surely not. Here we go. It would be slightly helpful if it told me what was beyond here. Just from my notes more than anything else. Oh, I say, we've come straight back out to where we were before. Our central hub, I think this will be. Returning to Teclis. Return to Teclis. Hello, my magey friend.
I have hunted the foe in the reeking depths, High Loremaster. The tower is safe for now, but there are signs of still more enemies lurking deeper in the sewers.
I do not doubt it. The servants of Nurgle flourish in darkness and filth. Our battle against the cult has only just begun. You have done well, Elessa.
Thank you.
Return to me when you are ready for your next task.
Will do. $1,000 experience points. What the shit? 100 gold crowns. I said they're very generous, you know, in this game. Well, blow me sideways, eh? There has to be somewhere that you can sell stuff. It's not telling us about yet. Let's just have a little look outside again and see if there's anything. But there's nothing marked on the top right to suggest that. I think it may be the case that these things will unlock as we go. It does seem to have a coinage system, so selling items and stuff. Even collapsing them and stuff, maybe. Making your own. That kind of thing. Well, I am inclined, as it happens, to keep this as a sort of 45-minute parter, or whatever it is, 42 minutes, and just do it as a little short starter. And because we don't know how long this next quest is going to be, it's an ideal place to wrap it up. I will attempt to get 2 parts up this very evening, I think. It has been an honour and a privilege showing you the beginnings of Chaosbane on the Xbox One X, and I shall see you all in part 2. Take it easy, folks. Bye.